I probably want this over here, actually, don't I? I want this. Game capture. Capture specific window. BC. Allow transparency. Oh, webcam. Yeah, that helps. Wait. No. Yes, that's what I want. I want it full screen. Okay, hold on. Let's put outpost. Oh, I'm still in emote only. Mod view. New tab. Turn off emote only. Right, there you go. Oh, I should probably get a drink. Let's have a sugar-free monster. Because this is going to be long. I knew it was going to do that. From before, isn't it? Of course it fucking is. Excellent. Okay, good morning and welcome to the class. I am Professor Shizu for the morning, although that's not technically true as such, because I also don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah, this is going to be mostly off the cuff, because I haven't really planned anything. I'm just going to do everything in order of how, to the best of my knowledge, I did this. So what I'm going to be going through today is effectively how you can go from 0 to VTuber. And that's pretty much the plan, really. Like, obviously, so I could go with this. This is the void. Awesome. So this is where I am right now. I've got my overlay already. This is irrelevant to the purpose. And now I'm disappeared. There I am. I'm back. But yeah, so I'm going to be starting from literally nothing, including a model. So I'm going to be remaking, actually I'm going to be remaking my original model, because when I reinstalled Windows, that disappeared, and I lost the, I think it's a VRM file or some bullshit thing. But yeah, so I'm going to be remaking my old model to also show how to make a very, very basic and free VTuber model in 2 different versions of the same model. So yeah, basically we're starting with a black void, which means that in a second I'm going to disappear, never to be seen again, not in this form anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find some Skyrim music, since I found out that's basically one of the only game soundtracks that is almost completely, oh hello, that's almost completely royalty free, at least I found, or like you won't get DMCA'd for it. So I'm going to do Skyrim 5-hour soundtrack. Okay, well there's only 10-hour ones, although I could probably do it in 2.5. Let me see what this one sounds like. This doesn't sound like music. Music and ambience, there you go. No, it will take more than 1 hour. Let's go with... music and ambience, 10 hours. That's extremely loud. Why is that so loud? Yep, because my audio boosting software is on. Because of course it is. So I didn't turn it off last night. Right, we're going to put that on low. We're going to turn it up a bit here in the mixer. Right. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye from this model, and I will be back. Well, I'm still going to be here. I'm just going to be working on other things. Boop. Right, so now we're back in the void. Brilliant. Right, so the first thing you want to do if you're going to be a VTuber is actually not picking a name. You don't do that unless you've already got something in mind. Generally avoid picking a name until you've sort of worked everything else out, because it can be one of the most difficult things and it will become your brand effectively. Like a lot of things in when you're making any kind of content on the internet, your name is your brand. And also then, of course, your brand is your name. I've been making videos on the internet for nearly 10 years. I've never really been that good at it. Well, I may or may not have been good at it. I just haven't been very successful at it, is what I should be saying now. But in that time, I've learned a lot of things. And I've learned a lot of things to effectively avoid. The music might be a bit loud. Let me put that down slightly further. Right. So the first thing I'm also going to say is I use standard OBS. I don't use Streamlabs OBS because I find it's a lot more resource intensive. It also has a bigger impact on my network speed. And obviously when you're streaming, you need two things more than anything. And that is freedom on your CPU and RAM to actually play the game, as well as your graphics card, because all these other things do add up on top of that. But also you want to make sure that as much of your system resources can be put towards the game as possible. And this doesn't apply necessarily to people who use dual PC setups, because why would they need to? They can use one computer for game and the other one for the actual streaming experience. So the first thing I'm going to put back on is I'm going to do display capture. Now I don't use game, except in very, very rare situations, I don't use game or window capture. For some reason, when it comes to the priority of OBS over other things on screen, sometimes we've all seen the red box of doom, and that's, from what I understand, that is an elevation problem. Like if I go to my task manager, it's sort of one of those things where like OBS probably runs in like in admin mode or something like that. It's like a priority, so that's it. So yeah, you can change this a little bit. I'm going to go to my Windows 8 menu and it's on graphics settings. Let's see. God damn, I can spell, I swear to God. Graphics settings, and it'll give you whether or not you want high performance or low performance. I can't remember exactly what this does, but OBS wants to be on high performance because I believe that means it's using the GPU rather than the processor. In my case, it's using both because my processor is, I don't remember what. Anyway, right, so the first thing I will, what am I going to talk about first? Wow, there's a lot to do really, I suppose. We're going from most basic. What's the most basic thing? Yeah, I suppose if I start with an overlay. So I'm going to go Publisher. This is how I make my overlays. I use Publisher because it works. Like, you can do a lot, you can do a surprisingly large amount with just Publisher on its own. And my current one, which is on here, this current border that I've got is what I'll be sort of remaking here, mainly to prove the point. So the page design, I've got one set up for 1080p and one set up for 720p. In order to do this, if you're going to use Publisher the same way I do for this, and what you want to do is go to your options and then go to advanced and then change the measurement to pixels. That way you can, when you change the page size, you can change it to 1920 by 1080. And it won't be like, I mean, you can probably do the calculation yourself, but when a computer can do that calculation for you, why bother? There you go, 1920 by 1080. Now I actually stream at 720p because my computer has this problem where it will go, oh yeah, you can totally stream at 1080p, but it won't do that and it will break. And I mean, anybody who's been in any of my streams will be very aware of just how much my computer doesn't like doing things. However, you can still just use the margins, because whatever you do here will get resized in OBS, on the canvas in OBS anyway, so it doesn't make too much difference. So generally what I like to do is start with a box, and then you fill that to the size of your margins. This box won't last for actually, this needs to be white for now. Actually, it's fine. That can be fine. This is the area that you've got to work with, right? So now for this exact one, let me just go back to here. So this is a purple galaxy. So I'm going to open a new tab. Not two new tabs, just the one. Thank you. All right. Fuck off. I don't want this having millions of tabs open. Not good. Right, so this is... I just type in purple galaxy wallpaper, I believe. Now, the one I actually use is this one. I don't know, that no longer looks right. And then copy this as 1900 by 1200. There are loads of places that you can get wallpapers. If you want specific ones, then I recommend Alpha Coders, also known as the Wallpaper Abyss. You can search for literally anything in here. When I was doing the Doom collab the other day, I came here to find the Doom 2016 wallpaper, which I then used, which is this one. And you can... I can't remember what's in my downloads folder right now. Well, there's no porn, so that's a plus. Sorry, homework, not porn. Homework. Right, and so yeah, I can change my background to, for example. However, I will set it back to this because, there you go. That's not the purpose of this video. Right, so what you then want to do is crop this down or resize it until it fits inside that box. Realistically, this box isn't actually that important. Like, you can live without it. Right, resize down because this is 1920 by 1200. 1200? Yeah, so it's 16 by 10, which means it won't actually fit properly, so you're going to have to resize up. And then scroll down, and then crop it to your actual size. I've got to remember if it's Control or Shift for this. I think it's Control to do both at once. Yep, there you go. And now it's slightly too small. Please line up, thank you. So we'll slightly undo that crop. What is that doing? Yeah, I definitely cropped slightly too far here. Okay, it must be Shift. I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I can't remember how to do both sides at once. Probably not all that helpful, but that's fine. And shift it down and crop again. Right, there you go. Now we have a thing. Right, so actually it's better if I do, what is it, 3? Do 3. So now I'm going to line these up. There's a good reason I need 3 of these in exactly the same place. But we'll be back to that shortly. Next part was inserting another square. Now there are different ways you can do this. I'm just using the way that I know again. So copy paste. I'll put that right in the corner. And then this will allow me to, hold on, where's my remove outline? There you go. So what you want is to establish a specific corner size you want. So I'm going to be using a 30 by 30. Is this going to... Nope. 30 by 30 box. That gives you an alignment within your alignment, effectively. And now it's not going to tick to the same thing. The other side, unless you're really unlucky, this should, there you go. Cool, now we have our right, so outside deep outline, no, perfect. Now we have the very basic start of my actual border. So then what we want to do is with that square, we want to, first of all, what we want to do is send it back one layer. So now we're stuck with this again. So with the next, so this is just one of these. So what we want to do is bring this down, and then we've got the follower box. Now as you can, I don't know, is that slightly aligned? No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Right, and then we send it backwards again, and this new top layer one will be cropped to shape, which will be this. And I won't be using the exact sizes, but it's mostly okay because I know vaguely where I'm going with this. Now this is where I need this to work. There you go, perfect. There you go. That's the very, very basics of my border. Right, so one of the things you want to do when you're picking your specific branding is you want to pick a font that you believe I don't really know if exemplifies is the right term here, that matches what you're doing. So I use 3 separate fonts for my overlay. I use, first of all, Origami as my main font along here at the bottom with the follower count. The Shizus is in a font called Magneto, and World is in a font called Vivaldi. So we're going to insert word art. The follower count and that will be done within the OBS environment, simply because the animation, like you could do it with you could do it here, but you'd have to like make a specific one every time a new person follows, and then you know that's just too long. So it's easier to create it within with a text box within OBS. So we're going to insert word art, and we're going to find my fonts. I used to have far more fonts than this installed. I still have a folder of fonts that I need to install. So we got Magneto, Shizu, part 1, and we're going to have another word art which is for World. Oh, hold on. This is our World. That's in Vivaldi. World. There you go. Right, so for when I do these, I use 2 different patternings for the carbon fiber filling, which I will. What's this? So you can go to Google. So I use black and red. So black carbon fiber texture, and there you go. You'll find a good dozen of them. And then I use red carbon fiber texture for the World, and yeah, there you go. So. And then you just download those, and then once you've done that, and I'm just going to quickly, so one of the first things I always do is remove the shadows, because they don't look good. Well, they don't look as good as Microsoft probably thought they did. So you want to go format word art, fill effects, gradient or texture fill, picture or texture fill, and then mine will be in content creation, and it will be dark carbon fiber. There you go. Now sometimes Publisher will break, so I'm actually going to quickly save that. Problem solved. And then for this one we're going to use the red, which is here. Right, now they've got thingy, you can remove the outlines because now they look hideous. So the next part of it is the glow, which is here. Now there isn't by default a white one. You got blue, orange. I don't know what that's like, a grey and yellow. But you can go more colours, and it will just give you one. And then same here. Glow colours white. And as you can see, they've got a slight outline to them now that looks a bit fancier than just having a standard outline on it. I usually stretch the Shizu because I find the letters they look a bit compacted, plus I like the S to flow a bit better. So there's that, and then I do the same with this to match that, because again it looks a bit compacted. What I always recommend doing if you're going to work this way is once you've got something like that done, group it, save it as an image. Because this is part of my branding now. This is my channel name. Well, it's not really my channel name because username nonsense. So save that as a picture to the desktop as SW, sure, and then there you go. We've got that. Now the problem with this is it will have zero transparency right now because this is still, like, if I group it and move it across, you can see there's no transparency on it. So what you do is you group everything, save it as a picture to the desktop, make sure it's a PNG because I don't think that other things actually, I don't actually know if other things can have transparency. It's not something I've properly tested. And you drag it back in, of course it hasn't. Hold on. This is a problem Publisher has, is that even when everything's selected and grouped, it sometimes won't save it all as one image. Yeah, okay, it's done it properly that time, hooray. And then drag it back in. Ooh. Make sure it aligns back to the borders. Double click, go to recolor, set transparent color white. Now the problem with that is that looks that will give it transparency, but the problem is it will give it transparency on every white on the page, which includes the glow around that. So for this, all I do is make another shape, insert shape, boink, shape fill, white, border 0. There you go. Send backwards. Perfect. Now it has transparency in the area that it needs transparency for, and it doesn't have transparency on the areas it doesn't. Now we're going to overwrite overlay if it'll let me, which it did. Excellent. Man, I'm not healthy. There. Right, I don't know a proper way to record from OBS, as in using it as a window. I suppose I could just window capture it, but that's pointless here. So image, okay, desktop, overlay, yes. Now it'll be the wrong size because again I made this at 1080p and my canvas actually probably should be at 1080. There you go. And then there's a bit of overhang, so all you've got to do is shift stretch. So that solves that problem. I'm going to take off all my docs for a hot second. Actually, I'm going to just close most of my docs because I don't need them right now. Let's close that. Good morning, Moonbay. How's it going? Controls. Irrelevant. Scene transitions. Stats. I like to have all the docs that are available to me at all times because it just helps. When it comes to working with just the canvas, it's harder to cool, we've got the void. This is incredible, my favourite. Okay, that's just trippy. Just woke up, I'm quite alright. How are you? I was violently ill earlier, but getting better now. So for the follow account, which is normally in the bottom corner here, all we do is we create a text source. Now for me, I use the font Origami because it looks pretty, and I do follow account, and I'm currently on, I think it's like 121, and then like I put out of 1,000 because somebody, like, I asked somebody, well, we've hit 100. What should we shoot for next? And they went, how about 1,000? So there you go. And then I also put latest. Whoopsie, I've done this already wrong, haven't I? Okay, it's fine. I can do this secondarily. And then we've got subs, which is currently 2. Excellent. Now it's the wrong size, which is completely fine because that's the point. It's a shame there's no way to capture the canvas without actually capturing the entire program. Right, the size in this box doesn't actually matter too much because we're going to limit the width in a heartbeat. Just make sure it isn't touching any edges. I generally go for about that. Right, we're going to apply a filter to it, which will be, oh good, that's actually, I can't, we're going to scroll it horizontal, and then limit width. And let's go, is 3000 okay? Nope, nearly 2900. That looks about right. There you go, problem solved. Now we've got scrolling text. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. With this, you always want to put a space at the end of the text, which I now need to remember how to do. Because it should. Oh right, yeah. So if you click on it, it'll come up here. And now, because where it was before, it would just go 2 followers. Put a space. Now it's 2, and then probably want to put another one of these, just so then it separates everything properly. The other one, of course, on my normal overlay is my latest follower. So we're going to have another text. Now, something I learned very early on is do not copy paste these, because once you copy paste this source, it will create exactly the same thing again. And any edits you make to one will be made to the other. And that's really, really annoying. If anybody was in my Doom collab stream, yeah, that happened there, and I wasn't particularly happy with it. Right, who was my latest follower? Let me see. I suppose for the sake of argument, it doesn't really... let me go back to docs. Docs, Twitch activity? Feed? Yeah. Oh, Moon. Thank you for the follow as well. You get to be my my lab rat while I'm working on this. Moonbay Cafe. And then, of course, the space, because that is definitely important. God, this is actually trippy as hell. What I don't know what's going on in my life. Now, it doesn't matter if these are exactly the same size. Just so long as they are noticeable enough that people can see them. And we're going to separate it. Wait, what's this? This one's 10, so this one should also be 10. And then we're going to go back to no, we need a filter on this one, which is also the scroll. Go. And limit width to 2900. There you go. Now we have latest follower and follower sub count. Wait, what's happened here? Why is that doing that? What did I put for you? Filters 2900. This should be the same. Oh, it's probably because the original size is slightly larger. That's fine. I usually turn snapping off for this because it makes things really hard to work with sometimes. I mean, that's pretty cool. We've got the rotating text now. However, it's not as cool as my original one, which has the green to white fade. So next we're going to do that. On here, you go to your properties again. I'm sorry. Properties. Now you can really use whichever color you want, but as I'm basically recreating my own overlay, I'm going to be doing this. So currently that's green. You can gradient it down to exactly white. Now this one will be the top one, so you want the gradient going down into white, and obviously the inverse for this one. So you want it white gradient into green. I mean, you can do it and then rotate the actual order of things, but this works just as well. And then we want all of this back on. Doc chat, doc stats, doc stream information. Right, so that's my overlay. I've rebuilt my basic bitch overlay. I mean, with a certain degree of difference. Obviously, this one's slightly more basic. It's slightly more set up. Hold on, where's display capture? Let's get that slightly up. So, what I always do with the two text sources here is group them. So that'll be the group called followers. Shit, it's already in use. Oh, because it's on another source. Nah. Rename. Follow 2. There you go. There'll be nothing else called that. Bugger. It's going to be annoying to me for a second. There you go. And now I have my overlay almost exactly, minus a few little size differences from the other one. So the next thing I have on my main overlay, and that I don't have on here yet, is my controller. Now I want one of those fancy hand-holding controller things eventually that will, I think it's reactive to which buttons you actually press, but for now I'm going to use this one because it actually works, and it's also free, which is always good. So we're going to go to pad, is it pad viewer? X input pad viewer? Getting pad viewer, there you go. Press any button to enable. There you go, currently viewing player 1, there you go, and now it's got the controller. And then all you do is you generate a URL, copy. This isn't one of those URLs like with Streamlabs or anything where like it's like, oh, don't share it because woo woo. And then you create a browser source, copy paste, easy. There you go. And now this setup also has that. The only problem I ever really have is lining these things up to the size in the corner, because obviously the overlay should be, actually the overlay really should be right on top. Actually no, it shouldn't, because followers should be right on top. But anyway, so yeah, you want this to be here. Usually I lock down most of my sources, because that means that when I'm, say I want to not hide, lock. So then if I want to move the overlay or change the overlay, then I can, like, then it won't interact. You can't interact with the controller unless you unlock it first. That was nice and simple. Next one, the shout out. I'm not going to do the shout out video until last, because stream elements and shout out videos are kind of a little bit more complex. So the next thing we need is a model. Right, now this is the part I'm going to hate. So on my main model, which is, let me reopen VC and I'll show that. This is a model that was made for me by Raiko, and but the model I had before is the one I will be remaking now. I need the content folder, which has load images. Damn it! Right, so this is my original model, a bit more basic. But we're going to remake this just for the sake of the experiment here. And for that you need Vtuber Studio. Well, I used Vtuber Studio. I know there are people who can do other things. I cannot. Yeah, sure, I agree. Skip. So, mail. Your model is probably going to be one of the most important things, but obviously you can work around having a model or not, and it's taking a second. There you are. I've got to remember how I made this boy last time. Hairstyle is first. So I had a, hold on, let me find my hairstyle from the old one. Where did I put that image? That would really help right now. Content creation, stream elements. Right, so the front is a swept look. Now on this, I believe, yeah, so you can have a front and a sort of back. So this is, actually that is exactly what I use for it. And then the, I need to find, it's long shoulder length but wavy. Nope, I do not have twin tails, thank you. Nope. Okay, this is doing, okay, hold on. So I want back. Which will be, oh, it's this one. What the fuck? Well, the hairs at the back is correct, but I want my front hair back as well, which is now here. There you go, that's my hair. Lovely. Main colour, white, as pure as a driven snow. And then something slightly off-white, closer. Well, I suppose it could still be all the way down, but something slightly off-white. And we've got the hair. Problem is the under hair is a completely different colour. Do I know how to change that? I guess I don't. Okay, so we're going to have to live with that, but that's probably fine because you won't notice it for the most part. Hey Mindful, how's it going? Hope you're having a good morning. So then we go back to the face, because the main focus of, in my opinion, the most important part of any VTuber model is the eyes. I think I've combined like 2 of these before. So these are the eyes I'm using, but it's the actual... Thank you for that, Mindful. Right, we'll go with this for a base. And they are red. There you go. Right, now we want the outfit. So tops, we had a white hoodie. Although, what's this? I like the look of that. Damn, that looks cool. Look like a vampire lord or something. However, for now we're going with the most basic of basic bitches. We're going to have a white hoodie. That's not a hoodie, that's a cardigan. Right. There you go. Oh yeah, because I did originally have this, but it blinds you. So, in the end I chose it. Jeans. Or whatever the closest approximation to that is on here. Really? Was I wearing jack-ups? No. There you go. Those are tracksuit. Those are trackies, right? Or is that jeans? Ugh. No thank you. I will show no leg. Christ. Alright, I can just do these, and I believe I can change the colour, but it won't matter. And then for the shoes, which I don't think I even changed last time. Oh, I probably did then, since there is an option for it. These guys, because they're basically Converse. There you go. Accessories. And I mean, this is just the most basic of basic things. Stream's a bit quiet. The tutorial is slightly louder. Oh, that might be my mic. I have had it on slightly lower because of the collab. So one of the things that's next to do on this, like this is a model. This is basically it done now. I mean, if I zoom this out, they're effectively the same dude. Poses and animation, so we want the standby. Hey, bugger, I just closed it. There you go. Literally the same. And then we want, well, I suppose for argument's sake, there is a good reason to have a different as well. Hold on, let me add anti-aliasing so I actually don't look quite as much like crap. Pick size. Right. Facial expressions. I'm going to leave that for now. I know there is a function where if you blink using it, the eye will close slightly too much. It's a problem with Vroid. I don't know how to fix it. I think auto blink is on. Let me see. It doesn't look too bad actually. Maybe the update fixed it. So what I'm going to do for this, specifically because I'm going to be showing 2 different versions of how to use, how to have an avatar on screen. I'm going to change the background to green, because green screen. Take a picture. Save to desktop as, yes, just yes. And then we're going to come back out of that. Photo booth anyway, and we're going to export the model because then we want to be able to use it. Export as VRM. Well, you can export for 3D printing. I suppose it must be nice to have a 3D printer. Reduce polygons? Absolutely not. Hair smoothness? Yes. Reduce materials, reduce bones. I can go further with this, can't I? Hair smoothness. Let's have 50. Let's have 55 then. Okay. Right, then we export Shizu1, me, and then export to desktop as a VRM. This is effectively similar to rendering in that it's just flattening the image, but also doing other things too, so that's good. Right, so one other thing I'm going to do before I close this is I'm going to go back to this. Snipping tool. Now, snipping tool allows you to take a screenshot of the specific area of the desktop. It's not. It comes built in with Windows. Of course, it happened while it was blinking. There. Right. So the screen might freeze up for a second while I'm doing this. That's not too important. There you go. Save that to desktop as 1. Wait, where the fuck did that just go exactly? Downloads. 1. There. And what I want to do is set new but cancel, because what we really want to do is we want not eyebrows, not eyes, not base expression. Teeth, yes. This looks hideous anyway, but it won't matter too much because this is just an example. And then we save that as 2 because that is going to be the Vtube. Don't save because there's no need to. Right, so now if I reload VC face. Add avatar from desktop, Shizu1, there you go, and now it'll put that model back in, and now there I am. Now this is one of the very, very few times I actually do use game capture, simply because it does is sort of, I think it's actually required. So capture specific, VC face, making sure to allow transparency, because if you don't do that you can't have transparency and nobody really wants that. There you go. And now if I move this off this screen, put me in the corner, there we go, and then put me behind, put the overlay on top of me, which is this image here. There you go, now I'm in the corner. Oh, enable transparency. Ta-da! And then the browser source of my controller will be resized appropriately based on where I am on the screen. Also, my eyebrows seem a lot more expressive in this model, although the eyes look a bit weird. When I remake this model properly, I'll fix that. So that's just one of the ways you can have a model, though. There is another. And then I'm going to go to useful programs again. And, here we go. So there's a program called Vtuber Mini, which looks like this. Well, it's already using the old avatar, so I don't need to import them, but you can anyway. So you basically pick one closed map. Oh, hold on, let me So yeah, you pick one model, one image that is when your mouth is closed, for example, and then one for when it's open. Whoops. And that way, and this will allow you to have a model without technically having a model. And you choose like where your microphone delay is and what your microphone sensitivity will be. And when it picks up sound, your mouth, it will sort of mimic speaking-ish, so... That isn't even reaching the border, but... And I believe it's the same again for this, so if I do game capture... And Vtube... Allow transparency... And then the problem with this is that obviously it's green. There's a green screen on it. So what we want to do is on that, you go into that, you click on filters, you apply a chroma key, and you just make that shit green, which should be the default anyway, because, you know. So now there are two Shizus. One looks slightly more interested in what he's doing, and the other one is... Oh yeah, I forgot I've got hair physics on this model. I miss this hair physics. Stop that. Anyway, so that's having a model. Now, Vtube and oh yeah, I forgot. VC Face is a program used for VRM models. Vtube is a program used for just the reactive PNGs, effectively. And I've just resized that by mistake. My bad. Now they both have their uses. Now there's 4 Shizus on screen. The VC Face one is good in almost every scenario. However, there are going to be times when a game just might be too demanding for your system, and that's when having Vtube as an additional program, like just in case sort of deal, will really save your ass in streaming as a VTuber. Right, we're going to close Vito because it's no longer required and we already have a model up. Goodbye, reactive Shizu. Goodbye. Thank you. Right, so what's next on there? So we got that. So now we're going to do chat box, stream elements and sound alerts. Okay, fun. Let's open another new tab. Let's get this over here. So we're going to go stream elements. And streamgood.gg. Right, these 3 things are effectively overlays onto your pre-existing overlay or your setup. Oh, I suppose it's capturing my VC Face model on there because it's defaulting to VC Face, which is fine. Let's hide this again. Right, so the first one we're going to talk about is stream elements, which is where, because we want, where's my dashboard, please? Dashboard. Because what we want now is you want some commands, although, well, no, we don't want commands. What we want is an overlay. So on my main model, on my main thing, if I go to my overlays and then open up this one, then we have a follower event, and that is somebody following me on this, which actually, oh yeah, so that's just showing what's on the screen. What we want is we want this in OBS. So because this is already made, and I hope I haven't just fucked everything up, let me test. I don't think I've saved anything, so it should be fine. So we're going to create a new one, and we're going to use the same ones because why not? And we're going to set the canvas size to that, 1080, add widget, alerts, alert box. Easy. There you go. Follower alert. We're going to use a default one here, which actually isn't that terrible. And then what we want to do is come back. Hold on. Shit. Okay, so it's still there. Emulate follower. There you go. That's a nice basic one. We'll save that as test. And what we want to do is go back. I'm going to have to take this slightly off screen for a second because you need to copy a URL, which I don't know if it copies, but I don't know if it shows the copy on screen. It's just to be safe. And then we go to new scene again, insert as a browser source, copy the link. Right, now if we go back to the overlay, you can emulate a follower event, like so, and move it around the screen as you see fit. Now for me, I use the PlayStation 1 startup sound effect. So for that, what I do is I go to YouTube, PlayStation 1 startup. I usually use the highest resolution one because it also means it usually has the best audio quality as well, which is this 1080p one. Let me, hold on. Let's pause Skyrim for a second. So this is this 1080p one. Right, so I use Opera and Opera GX, and they both have a plugin that's called SaveFrom.net Helper, which is based on an old website that was used to download videos from YouTube. This is very useful because it allows you to download videos from YouTube at the press of a button. Simple as. Right, now I'm not entirely sure if that will be available to use immediately, but we can find out. So we go back to alert box, settings, follower alert, change video. It will actually already be, no it won't. Okay, that's fine. Upload, fine. Whatever, man. PlayStation 1 info, intro, submit. And now whenever somebody follows, it'll come up on screen. It didn't change the video, it changed the sound effect that plays. Oh, right, okay. So, yeah, you can... What is this? This is from last night, isn't it? Where I was... Delete. And delete. Submit. Preview. Oops. Emulate. Follower event. There you go. And I hope nobody else gets sick of that, because I won't. And usually what I do is double the length, because sometimes it'll do it, but it'll only do half of the video image. It's still a sound thing behind it, which it should be doing. Is that just the default? Let me see. Weird. It's I'm not entirely sure why it's. Hold on. Is it clear sound? Clear sound. There you go. Now it should just play that, right? I can live with it. Right, so that's my follower event. It just gives you a little video that will, and I need to change the length of that actually, so it plays the whole damn thing. Alert duration 15. How long was it? 8 or 15 seconds. So I'll put it at 16 because there you go. Follower. There you go. Simple as. So that is my follower alert. Real simple. The next one is my, on here I have few moments stuff, and I have a chat box. So for the people who... Oh, I don't have it on this setup yet, but if I typed here, for example, which it's hidden, so... Oh no, oh no. Stream elements is broken. How do I make it part from my stream again? I need to boot it from chat. Dashboard. Leave chat, please. Part channel. Thanks. It's still going. Please stop. Also, I don't know why it does this, so let me just turn that off specifically for now, and I'll work it out later. Right, so this is when I do a shout out for someone, it'll play or it should, now that I fixed it.
The longer I play, the more power he gets on the back end too. Oh, okay. Well played. Congrats, me.
Well, I can hear the audio, but I cannot see the video.
I got too sweaty for him. He couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it. He knew he was up against a Pokemon.
Oh, because it's invisible. Stupid thing. Oh, there you go.
Oh, what is that? I want that. What even is this? This bottle of goo has no use. But I like it.
Okay, so to get that, this is actually thanks to Balagor, who was in my stream last time I was working on stuff. Go to the dashboard and widgets, random top clips player, and then you put your own channel name in, and then you have you can choose between random and top. There's a lot of these functions that are locked behind a pro what's it called, but all you do is you click on the setup, and I believe it gives you a link. There you go. And you just copy that as a browser source, which we shall now do. Now paste your OBS, yeah. So if we go back to here, browser source. I think this one's actually fun to show, and usually I recommend that being in the top corner. What is it now capturing? Thank you for subscribing, Mindful. Oh. Oh god, you're literally my first subscriber. This was shouting out myself.
I think it was mine too.
Oh my god. Mindful doing the rounds. Yeah, I've only got the one emote right now, which is, I think Twitch just gives you an emote. I don't know why it always plays this clip. I need to delete this clip. Okay, it's... Why? Stop. Fuck. Yo, why can I hear things? Sorry for the ear rape. Jesus Christ. Ah, my ears, it is so loud for me. What is going on? Why can I hear? Oh, is this coming from the stream? Dismiss. Dismiss. Why can I hear myself? Details, yeah. Where is this sound coming from exactly? Manage rewards? Okay, relevant. Okay, so that works. Okay, good to know. It's coming from OBS browser page. Spell tome, choke me daddy. I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with me because I grew up. What maybe the fuck is going on? So yeah, sometimes random shit just breaks, and I don't know why it does that, because I'm not actually as smart as I think I am. But yeah, there's a browser source playing somewhere. Hold on, let me see if there is a fix for that. How to make browser sources stop on OBS. Right click on the browser source, open the interaction window and clear the pop-up. Okay. So if I unmute it again, no item drops. Okay, so they also drop shockwave chips in the desert, which are really, really useful. So interact. Need to keep an eye out for offensive heal and shockwave. Those are the two main ones. Clear the pop-up. Also, I need to get the missile pod. Okay, it's for some reason just showing a tutorial for. I don't know what it means by that. Delete. The guy I was watching stream last night. How the fuck do I do that? How to flip, and then I'm gonna do one of this, like a close-up. So we'll do what, 10 seconds. Well, this is going well. Beyond that, you may have few CSS overrides to hide the pop-up element from the site. It hasn't stopped. The guy I was watching stream last night because I was trying to explain how to get it. It's like, let's go ahead and this one, there. This one. It's like, and now it's playing two loads of it. This button. No, this button. It's rough and coarse and gets everywhere.
So let's. Oh, let's get him out next. Let's cover that mana cost.
What is going on?
Again, let's trigger that.
It's still playing Axe Clip. There you go. Missile pod. There you go. Now we have the missile pod as well. There shouldn't be any sound playing. Gonna need these in a second, I think. Hey man, I don't know what's going on, Mindful. Oh right, yeah, it's things are breaking, and I don't know. Oh yeah, Mindful gets to use my my one custom emote. I'm guessing that's coming through. We're running through trying to help him get his stuff set up. Yeah, seriously, I don't know what's going on with it. It's been massively informative so far. Well, it's all stuff I've done. If you start, it's still shouting people out, even though maybe it's all the ones I did offline and it's just queuing. Yeah. Let me see. There you go. Let's. I'm gonna. No. Let's down. I don't even want to save that one. Okay, that's just getting on my nerves now. So yeah, the streamgood.gg is how to get a shout out video to play on stream. The next, what was the next thing? So this will break as soon as I open it, right? Make it visible. Somehow no. Is it still even playing? It's still playing the audio. Yeah, there's still audio playing from some browser source that I can't recognize. Let's see if I can work out where I fucked up. Dashboard. Dashboard. So what we want is shout out player. Everything else can be skipped, set up. Copy. Let's try this one instead.
It's good to keep a piece of asbestos.
Oh my god. This is the best moment of my life, chat.
Don't. I can see it now.
Oh shit!
Some random.
Oh my god, I'm crying. I'm actually
rabbit
crying
on the internet
right now.
told me it was okay to keep asbestos on me at all times.
Okay, yeah, run home and go pee. I held him hostage.
The longer I play, the more power he gets back into. Oh, okay. Okay.
In two sources.
Well played. Well played. Congrats, me.
Am I muted?
Couldn't handle it. He knew he was
Oh,
up
right,
against
yeah.
against a Pokemon.
There you go. It's... Okay, there I am. Sorry, it was on. Yeah. Right, so now if I shout out Ack, you should only play it once. And also I've got the cool shout outs. Sort of. Because for some reason it doesn't work. But also it doesn't want to play the clip now. Let me try shouting out a different streamer. Shout out Yuria. There you go. No, why is there no shout out now? Okay, things are just breaking. This is always good. But yeah, like a lot of this, the main thing I've found with a lot of this is it's trial and error until it works. Oh, have I done my chat? Have I done a chat box yet? Oh no, that's what was next. So for chat, like on my other overlay, Streamlabs chat box, you just go to Google, type in Streamlabs chat box. Because you're not downloading Streamlabs OBS, you're just using the standard one. Log in with Twitch. All widgets, our favourites, and it'll always be chat box there. And then I'm just going to use the default one because we're only doing this through a point. It doesn't reveal it, which is always good. Go back to OBS, browser source again. There you go. And then if I'm just going to stretch that to be huge because why not? And then it should come up on screen any second. There you go. And then for that you can also hold on, let me see if I can work out exactly what size we need for that. So if we go to width half, there you go, testes if you will, and height 800. There you go. Okay, so that's too high. So 700. Getting closer. 650. There you go. And now it fits in this here corner. Hooray! Wiggle party. And obviously you can let's go to 350. And what I want to do here next is, there you go, and it will scale it directly to the thing. And that way, once I close this, once I close this, I can put back on display capture, and now you've got, and it's transparent as well, the basic one anyway. So, right, let's work out why this isn't working. Shout out. Okay, well, it seems to recognise that you're definitely a channel. Why isn't it doing the shout out video? Let me see. It can't, that version of it can't seriously only work for one shout out. Shout out selected clips player, shout out override, random top clip player. If you request for a customization option, right, my channel name, filters, random. No clips found, you can't get your default to others, that's fine. Show clips. Okay, so I'm guessing this, the problem here is it will play effectively all of the clips, which is not what we want. Right, mode. Top will limit your most viewed clips. Random opens it to a wider choice. All time is fine. Prefer clip from last game played. Sure. No. Oh, no. Ugh. Yeah, well, it's a good thing too then. Triggers, SO, mods, and VIPs can do shoutouts. Well, apparently they can't. Auto shoutout for raiders. Cool. Setup. Right, let me see. No, that's my chat. Browser 3. Overwrite the code. Shout out.
Or do I want to get this one?
There you go, that works.
What?
Now I've got to wait for the
Jay,
clip
what's
to end
that? Oh
to
my
test
God,
if it
don't
works
make sounds
properly.
like that. That's
Someone
weird.
clip that.
I am back. She's a bilingual
Please,
cat.
Draco,
She can
clip
meow
that
and
right
bark.
there.
Exactly. I am fluent in
Minecraft.
both
Nothing
languages.
new about that.
So you want to say
Another
we
day.
are
Can
in
y'all
the
hear me?
bar? Oh,
Another
you don't
day.
need
Yeah, I
to
can
be
hear
so
you.
nice to be nice. I don't.
Yeah, just another day here in paradise.
Yeah, in paradise.
Okay. And then try shouting out someone else.
It's good to
And
keep
now it
it
plays an
fresh.
active clip. All good, all good, all good. Ow, my back.
Don't.
I am not a healthy person.
I can see now.
What does he do?
Some random
I got
anime
fucking
geek
no
that told me it was okay to keep asbestos on me at all
I
times.
can't tell if that's playing two clips. Okay, no, that seems fine. It seems to run for... Yeah, no, that was a stretch, but because of the way my back is, if I stretch, it, like, it's like a pain in my lower back. Like, I don't know if my spine's like all fucked up and stuff. Right, so all that's left now is to perform the shout outs to all the streamers who, without whom I would not have been able to get to where I have gotten. I wish I didn't have to use a notepad document, but it will do the job. Right, we're going to go size 24. Right, so let's do it in my font to make it look nice. Origami. There you go. Right, so is that visible on screen? Maybe I should make the font a bit bigger. 36. Thanks to everyone, especially. So, in order, I make my own overlays. So in order, it's AliMay99 for how to make B-wide models, to Mati Lati-san for how to use stream elements, Kavitsky for how to use Vtuber. I know she's changed the name on Twitter, but it's Melcia. For how to set up chatbox. Oh, hold on. I actually, it's technically Melcia and Stubby Daggers for how to set up chatbox, because they both gave me guidance on how to get it done. It just took me a bit longer, and as a result, that sucked. To the Balagor for how to set up shout out clip player. What else have we got? So we've got the shout out clip player, we've got the chat box, we've got the stream elements, the game, the Vtuber and the VRM is sorted. Browser source, how to do rotating text was all me, baby. Overlays was me. Void was Ali. Display capture is just where I do things 'cause I'm a dumbass. So let's give all these people shout outs. Shout out to Ali May 99, and we're gonna play. I'm gonna extend the clip player all the way up so we can see everything. So shout out to Ali May 99. Do we have a clip for Ali?
Oh my god, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to hide.
Are you watching?
Is she gonna get me again?
Oh, this looks old.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? Go away! I hate it here, 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 I hate it here. Okay.
I don't know what this game is. I know it's one of the semi-popular horror games, and I recognise CL and Iki, but I don't know who that other person is. The next shout out is for Mate, or Matt.
Die. No.
He's playing Overwatch with Tofu Kaiku, and is that Vasiri?
It's not okay. Widow. It's not okay. Come here. Come here. Got you. Okay, that's going into a clip. That was amazing. I shot and banked it off
cool.
the door frame and killed her.
The names of a lot of people.
Ooh.
And to Kaibitsuki? Kaibitsuki?
Suck.
Yes, it's one of the new Automata clips.
No.
I wish I clipped more on those. And then the next one is to Melcio, who I think, I don't know if this is going to be the correct shout out, but it might be correct. I can't, it's been a while. I think it's Melody Psycho. No. Hold on, let me quickly double check. Melody. I just call her Melly, so it doesn't really. So having all of the different names is confusing to me. Oh, I didn't shout out, that's why. It was technically correct. What are we playing? Stardew?
The hair flip.
The hair flip. Well, if it isn't Kill, my arch nemesis. Finally here to admit defeat, are you? I don't have time for this, Michael. We're looking for Aubrey. Have you seen her around? Stop calling me that. At least call... Jesus Christ, this kid. I cast that name away a long time ago. Michael, do you know where she is or not? Again with that god-forsaken name. How dare you make a fool of me? I, the Maverick, will not stand for this. Prepare to face your doom. Watch this, ladies. I'll wipe the floor with this loser. Please, Michael.
This is a long old clip.
Don't do this to yourself. I'm gonna ask one more time. Fight!
Okay, the next one is for Stubby Dagger.
Yeah.
We're playing Metal Gear.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh. Come on. Sean. Hey.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm done making silly noises. Come on.
Yay!
I die right there.
That's a lot of deaths. And finally, the Balagor. The most recent. Oh, I didn't shout out again. I did. Just typing in the name doesn't help. There you go. Oh, GeoGuessr.
Why is there a kindergarten right there? Well, it's right next to a bank. Maybe they'll learn capitalism there. Who knows? beat you. Haha, you're half health. Ah, yes. Shell. Follow me. What are you doing? What's the point of that, huh?
Cool. So that's basically how to get from 0 to hold on, let me, there you go, to where I am now. I like this. I need to remake this model properly because I miss having this hair. Hold on, let me create a new scene. I'm going to disappear for half a second. I should still be audible. Oh. No, not Vito, VC. There you go. So yeah, that's how to go from absolutely nothing to sort of a semi-decent VTuber in the space of actually only an hour and a half. It only took me an hour and a half to do all of this. Although saying that, as I pointed out right at the beginning of the stream, I've been making videos on the internet for nearly a decade. A lot of what I've done here is exclusively trial and error. Like, it's doing the same thing wrong so many times that eventually you just accidentally come across one that actually works and ending up using that. God, I wish my hair looked this nice in real life. Oh, I should also update. I'm going to switch over to the proper overlay for just a second because I am now Moon Bay Cafe. There you go. Like this one here is this version of the overlay here is only very slightly different to this one, and that's only because this is the one that probably would have started out like this, but then over time I would have, you know, jigged up a few little bits and pieces, and even then it's not perfect. Like when I was doing the Doom collab, I didn't realize until I was watching the VOD that there's a line on the very outside of the right side of the screen. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it'll come up on stream, but there's a line. Like I didn't properly stretch the border, and even then it doesn't look like it's going to fix. Oh yeah, now it is. Now it is. That's better. I don't take my care of my head away I used to on a show. It doesn't help that it's been hidden in a beanie most of the time. Oh, the beanies are a real thing you wear? I'll admit I did not know that. I mean, my hair is about this long, but obviously it's not platinum blonde, and yeah, it doesn't move like this. I don't know, maybe I need to start buying that good conditioner. Need to get me some simps. Need to go out and need to actually make content, and that way people yeah. Right, so that's everything about being a VTuber. Again, I'm surprised that I got it done in an hour and a half. What I'm gonna probably do is also redo this or cut this into sections, and then like use it as for a video, because if I leave the house and put my hair in a ponytail and tuck it into a beanie even in the middle of summer, I'll better wear one. Oh yeah, my hair's in a ponytail most of the time. It's just easier. Like I used to have it down a lot more, but like when you go to sleep and you end up like you wake up lemming on your own hair, like eating your own hair, and it's fucking disgusting. Or like if it's particularly hot, then it makes, and like if you get a bit sweaty, then it makes the whole it makes it a bit, it makes it feel like barbed wire, which isn't pretty. Right. God, there is nobody streaming right now. Let me see. Honestly, talking for that long has made my mouth so dry. Let's find... Are there any VTubers online? And I'm gonna go raid, and then I'm gonna go lay down. Oh yeah, we've got raid commands now as well. So if we go raid 1 and raid 2, the bot doesn't have isn't a subscriber, so you'd be able to actually see that the emotes on it, but I can't, so rip, I guess. Is there an FTL faster than light? Anyone playing that? God, nobody's playing any of the good games, and like, hold on. Oh, hold on. We got... no, hold on. Halo 4? Anyone playing Halo 4? One channel. Not in English, damn it. Let me quickly check out this person.
Agents
If I can't find someone, I'll just end. I'll just end, and that'll be it for the day. Oh no, not for the day. I'll be back later on. Yeah. I think I've raided this person before, or they raided me. Otherwise, I don't know how I know who they are. Let's see.
Joel likes Ellie. Roland takes to Jake almost immediately.
Alright. Yeah, I'm going to finish off stream then. And I'm going to disappear for a couple of hours, and I will be back later tonight, where I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I think one of the things I might consider doing is rebuilding this model in Vroid, just so I've got it as well. Right. Thank you for coming in, Mindful. Thank you for the follow, Moonbay. And I will be back later tonight. Have a good day. Bye bye.